because we did just have the rectangle to kind of be like, okay, well, who are these people? What will be my inspiration for this?
But most of you added the doors and windows because it's like, okay, so where's the view? And how do you get in the house? Couldn't do it without it, huh?
The main part that took the longest time was laying out just the structure, and literally, because I tried to actually do everything to scale, which I've never tried to do that before, usually just and measuring out each window being 3.5, and the 6-foot windows, and the 6-foot doors, and, you know, all of that. So I got a little bit carried away, but this is the design for Jessica and Brent Appel. And my clients are empty nesters. I wrote this all down, so bear with me. They just downsized from a rather large home in the suburbs. They moved into the city to be close to theaters, the restaurants, the arts, and they're ready for their next chapter. And they found this great home in a historic neighborhood, but this was an infill house, so it was very basic, very simple. So when they had me come out, they had a couple of requests and challenges. They both are very well traveled, they loved entertainment, but they wanted to do it on a much more casual scale. So the requests and the challenges were, they wanted an outdoor space for their 4 grandchildren. There was a large oak tree on the property that they loved, which is one of the reasons why they bought the property, so how can we highlight that? They also had with them a rather large outdoor sculpture that was 9 feet tall by 4 feet wide that was a gift from an artist friend. So we had to find a great place for that. They also had a large cast iron urn they recently got at a Parisian flea market that was 6 foot in circumference by about 5 feet high. The husband wanted a vegetable garden for his heirloom tomatoes. And the big challenge they were facing was how close they were to the neighbors. Because their dining room is here, which is 14 by 12, and it had a 6-foot window and looks right onto the fence. So we wanted to turn that negative into a positive. So upon meeting with the client, the first thing I wanted to do was to address the entire property as a whole and not just come in and design a garden, because I knew that they wanted more of an indoor-outdoor flow. So the first recommendations I had for the client was, one, we had to add a front porch to really kind of connect to the front street. We added in a screen porch in the back, 20 by 15, and then instead of the driveway, we wanted to do a 2-car garage. There's an alleyway in the back, because a lot of the old neighborhoods have the alleyways, and so we did 22 by 22 2-car garage. What that allowed us to do was Jessica has had a lifelong passion for watercolors, so what we did on the second floor was do an artist's loft. So she can come out there, do her artwork, which is why we also did the 4-foot by 8-foot pergola coming out. She can come out, enjoy her cup of coffee, enjoy the garden, in between her watercoloring. We also did a 18 by 16-foot flagstone patio, which generously accommodates the 8-foot table, as well as an outdoor kitchen with a built-in grill, sink, and underneath one of those little fridges. But the other important element, because we're still kind of dealing with the hardscape of it all before we went into the softscapes, was the house, again, was an infill house. It was all white, black shutters, black door. So I talked to Jessica, her favorite garden colors, what she wanted to do, so we decided to change the color of the house, so we went with kind of gray. So it would make all the white trim around the windows pop, and it would make all the other woodwork pop. So the pergola, the woodwork in the screened-in porch. I also designed a fence to go across the front. We would just do a more decorative fence with a beautiful gate that was 4 feet high, and along the exterior would be 8 foot. And it's a lattice fence I have designed. But along here would be filled in, so it would be lattice and flat along the sides. And then to give a jolt of color in the front, we did kind of a peacock color, and in the urns that flank the door, in annuals, we can kind of pick that up every single year.
I think my 3 minutes are out.
So here it is, all colored in. I won't go into all the plant selections, but the big thing is every single vista. So when you come in through here, if you're looking here, not only do you see the urn, you also see the artwork. I made this nice and empty because I really wanted this piece of artwork to breathe. I could go on and on and on.
And how many hours did you spend?
A lot, but I had a lot of it was. But I also designed a crest for them because we figured they love the oak tree. Again, I had a lot of metric on. So to personalize a property, I like to kind of make something that's them. So we named the property. So we call it Oak Hill Cottage. So they can put that on all their stationery when they have guests. And then I designed a fence that would go around the property with planters
We
and a
need to stop.
fountain.
None of
Your
your other,
classmates are gonna shoot you, you know.
your classmates won't ever speak to you again. But thank you, it was stunning.
Okay, yes, definitely carried away. But I think you did a good job on everything. You certainly satisfied all the requirements there. I mean, if we have to pick anything apart, for instance, blue mist shrub is really important, so it's in a darker.
I started off in the spring market.
Right, just little things, I'm just being silly, but you did a great job lining everything up. You didn't have to pick out all your plants.
You know what I did in the very front of the house, because there were so many perennials I wanted to put in? I literally listed them and then I put A, B, C, D, and then over those perennial clumpings, you know, put A, B, C, so they could relay back, because otherwise I thought too many lines.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a busy way to.
Do you have any other comments on this?
A tattered block looks great, the shadows look great, and lovely composition, you went well above and beyond. Very, very nicely done.
Yeah, there's a lot more hardscape in landscape design than I ever thought of, but you got it all on there.